Mike.
I don't have drugs. I have no drugs.
Go.
Okay. Whew. Sorry, guys. Some things came up from my past, but it's okay, man. Oh, where were we? We have an amazing show for you guys today. As the season finale, I'm back as the one and only host, and I'm so excited to be here. You know, everything that happened with Ayub, Erica, it's all in the past, but here we are. So let's get right into it. I am so excited to be here.
Wow.
This is the only show that becomes dated the day before it releases. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I said that already, but I'm just so excited to be back. But anyways, what was I saying? Like every great professor, I'm going to sneak in a few more lessons just to stress you out. As you are probably well aware of by now, the life cycle of brain rot is similar to that of a fly. Short. Honestly, flies might have memes beat, because at least they can live up to 30 days. With memes coming and going quickly, it's gone to the point where people make meme calendars and joke about the nostalgia they have from January 2025. It shouldn't come as a surprise that a picture with different captions gets tiring every week. But it still messes with our sense of time. Besides, there's no use trying to remember each face and soundbite that starts trending. It'll be like memorizing each element on the periodic table, but somehow even more useless. I'd be failing as a tutor if I just taught the names and faces of brain rot, because like terms for an exam, they just disappear the second the test is over, which is what you're going to see here as we ask people if they could pass the brain rot quiz.
Wow.
Level 3. Do you know who this is?
That's the Rizzler.
What face does he do?
He does the Rizz face.
Could you do the rizz face? Going to level 4. Do you know who this is?
I forgot the name, but it's something with something about the port, something Mr. Pork. I don't know.
John Pork.
John Pork. There we go.
Yes. What are your thoughts on John Pork?
Handsome.
What is the name of this toilet?
Oh, there's a dude in the toilet. It's a skibbity toilet, bro.
That's right. That's right. Do you know who these people are?
Oh, okay, that's Mr. Boom Guy, and that's the Rizzler.
Are you confident in your answers?
I'm very wait. Yeah, I'm confident.
Do you know what face he's doing?
No.
Do you know how that face is?
Oh, is he mocking? Well,
Pretty much.
yeah.
Yeah. It's called the Rizz face.
Oh, it's the Rizzler. Oh, it's the Rizzler. There
The
you
Rizzler,
go.
there you go.
Yeah.
And finally, level 5. No one has got this so far.
That's the Eye of Ra.
Instant.
Yeah.
Got it instantly.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Passed the brain rot quiz.
Thank you.
All right. Where did we leave off? Oh yeah, how quickly brain rot dies. Well, it's true for almost all memes. There are a few that manage to outlast their literal 15 minutes. And when we examine those, you can often see a pattern. The inventor of several brain rot terms, Kai Cenat and Duke Dennis, are still around. The Costco guys and the Rizzler have maintained a certain amount of relevancy. And Haley Welch, also known as the Hawk Tour girl, was able to turn a 10-second video into a 6-month career and a successful rug pull. What these people have in common is that they are real human beings associated with brain rot. I would have preferred the locked-in alien to have a longer stay in the lore than old Haley, but the locked-in alien is unfortunately AI generated, and BRT is turning over a new leaf after all of our wildly unethical episodes. The relationship these people have with their fans is a unique one because the story often goes something like this. They become popular through people sharing their videos, and once they achieve a certain amount of popularity, parasocial relationships form with the people who got them famous. This creates what I like to call the brain rot economy, where brain rot celebrities, or what old heads call influencers, use their status to exploit their young audiences with the parasocial relationships they've developed.
Wow.
For the uninitiated, parasocial relationships are a one-sided relation between a famous personality and a fan. This kind of relationship has always existed, but grew to prominence with social media, making it possible to share your every waking moment with audiences. Now, think about this for a second. Who do you think benefits most from a parasocial relationship? It's obviously not the fan, but the influencer is not the biggest winner either. That prize goes to the advertisers who use the trust content creators have with their fans to sell their products. That was the way it worked. But some people realized if they make the product themselves, it meant more money for them after all. Their audiences are making the purchases anyways. Might as well cut out the middleman. Plus, if you have a young, impressionable fan base, you can sell them literal garbage and make so much money. The obvious example being the guy who wore an alien hat in Japan. By the way, I was fired for 2 weeks and we started to advertise Brainrot beer. What does that even taste like? And to advertise it to a guy who was calling in about his drinking problems? Man, I do not miss that era of the show. Never mind. For more on how these brainrot trends make bans off of children stealing their mom's credit card, here is Maya.
Today's word of the day is capitalism. It surrounds us all, and with Brainrot, it's no different. Go into any Walmart and you will find a plethora of Brainrot merchandise. There are Skibidi toilet mystery boxes that you can buy for just $8. You can get a chance to win a Skibidi toilet figurine. Of course, those are ultra rare. You're much more likely to get a lame TV guide, but why stop there? You can also grab a slime kit, branded with the latest YouTube kidfluencer's face on it. Because why make your own slime when you can pay triple the price for the same glue and borax now with a logo? And let's not forget the Brainrot apparel. Need a t-shirt that says Rizzler in Comic Sans? They've got it. A hoodie with an iconic Sigma grindset Garfield on it? Right next to the Hawk Toe Crocs. For a limited time, you can even buy a Skibidi Toilet Funko Pop, because if there's one thing capitalism loves, it's immortalizing your fleeting obsessions in ugly plastic figurines. Oh, and we can't forget mobile games. Why just watch Brainrot when you can play it for free? Well, not really free. Just sit through one 30-second ad for every 10 seconds of gameplay. And don't worry, if that's not enough, you can buy some premium gems for only $4.99. But wait, there's a limited time bundle for $19.99. And if you don't buy it now, you'll never unlock Mecha Skibidi Toilet Final Form. Capitalism never misses a beat. It doesn't create culture, it cannibalizes it. It takes your dopamine-driven obsessions and wrings every last penny out of them before moving on to the next overstimulating trend. And you know what the best part is? We'll all fall for it again. Sorry, I got a bit ahead of myself there. It's been an honor to teach you all about Brainrot. I, for one, love its capitalistic nature. I myself have bought some Skibidi toilets.
Now that you're up to speed on the business of Brainrot, let's talk about the resource more important than money, that Brainrot takes from you. It's all the time to talk about something. Something social media companies realize pretty early on is that making people more social isn't the right business model. Instead, your attention span is now the ultimate commodity. And the worse it gets, the more you're gonna keep scrolling. Gen Z may be addicted to their phones, but we're not the ones who invented these crazy accurate algorithms. Before you diagnose a generation with a disease, we need to understand its symptoms. The environment of doom and negativity that comes from growing up during the internet. No wonder young people feel the need to escape these trends. Escape into these trends that are just a little more absurd than the world we live in today. Every young generation has their form of humor. Though, so just think about what you're watching with these kids in 20 years. I know, scary, right? Well, how about we take a trip to the past? Here's Noah to talk more about Brainrot before it had a name.
Well, it's the final episode, and if you're not a part of Gen Z, you've probably had a good laugh at the expense of the younger generation. While you didn't have social media when you grew up, it doesn't mean you've completely avoided Brainrot. If Brainrot is the negative effects of consuming low-form content, I'm sorry to tell you, but every generation has Brainrot. And while your Brainrot might not have the lore Gen Z, there are plenty of references and words that will make older people cringe. Plus, There's stuff people did that caused the literal rotting of brains. So here are some examples of brain rot from the generation before. Let's start with baby boomers. The most judgmental generation, most baby boomers act like they are immune to brain rot and criticism. But the brain rot of their generation is lead. That's right, the substance Superman can't see through is also what they put in paint back in the day. Studies found that lead in paint damaged children's nervous system and caused permanent damage to cognitive functions. Baby boomers also smoked in hospitals, put jello in salad, and the word baby boomers invented that older generation didn't understand was groovy, making it the skibbity of your generation. Moving on to the generations that lives in the boomer shadow, Gen X. You popularized several trends that would be considered brain rot today. Your biggest contribution to low-form content would be how popular you made reality TV shows like MTV, The Real World, and The Jerry Springer Show became television giants because of the amount of big egos and fights that would take place. If you don't believe, watch the episode of Jerry Springer where a man is married to a horse and see how your brain feels. These shows can be seen as the bedrock for what the internet and social media would become. And it's all thanks to Gen X. The brain rot vocabulary for Gen X includes talk to the ham, rad, gnarly, and tubular. Last but not least, millennials. There is some overlap between your generation and the brain rot that Gen Z brought later. But it's safe to say that millennials perfected the stupidity that is planking. You are also the generation of selfie sticks, Tumblr, and of course the graveyard that is Vine. The vocabulary of this generation includes a lot of words that are combined into one, like YOLO, FOMO, and to be honest, and many more. You also are the generation that came up with the word adult and popularized Disney adults, which might be a permanent state of brain rot, seeing as these people don't want to grow up. Also, while it can be debated, my research suggests that your generation is responsible for the Tide Pod challenge. So just remember, no matter what generation you belong, young people will always create new terms and trends older people will hate. Back to you, Lachlan.
And now, for the final time this season, it gives me great honor to introduce Noah back again for the meme forecast.
Well, folks, it's finally happened. After a long wait, our ears have been graced by Jack Black singing, la 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 lava, chicken, Steve lava chicken, yeah, it's tasty as hell. That what has shaken the meme markets. Gone are the days where you had to sit at home, speeding up and slowing down, Steve saying, chicken jockey. Now you can go to the cinema and scream flint and steel with the rest of your fellow unemployed. The newest trend seems to be memes about the underpaid cinema workers' reactions when I pour lava on a child while singing the lava chicken song. I have one message for you all. Invest, invest, invest. Because Steve's lava chicken is going to the moon. Next, if you have any stock in Tim Cheese lore, sell it. This lore has become too complicated and there's way too many side characters. There's literally a character that decides whether people can stay in the lore. There's too much red tape on this meme, and until it gets back to basics, with Tim, Marvin, and Agent 5.5, I cannot recommend paying any more attention to Tim Cheese lore. Next, the top rising meme of the last week was Italian brain rot, and I think it will continue to rise. Why do I believe this? Look at the diversity of characters in the Italian brain rot universe. It started with a humble shark named Tralalero Tralala, who wears 3 sneakers. Then more creatures started to appear like Brr Brr Papatin and Tung 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 Sahur. Next thing you know, there was the establishment of the Italian Brain Rot League, in which characters would fight. The champion of the league would turn out to be Bombadiro Coccodillo and his brother Bombadinto Cassinini. That being said, it feels like every day more AI Italian brain rot animals keep popping up, like Larilla Larilla and Cappuccino Assassino. Personally, my favorite is Brr Brr Papatin, because if you look closely, you can see he has a taper face. Well, and that's the last installment of Meme Forecast of the season. But we've already lost a lot of memes through 2025. So everyone join me for a moment of silence for our meme in memoriam.
Flint and steel, chicken jockey, I hams.
Why is that there?
Thank you, Noah. I'm really gonna miss you. Thank you for going through 2 knee surgeries this season and somehow still making your obsession with the low taper fade meme the biggest problem you have. It's now time for the final call-ins, and from what I've heard, we have some very special guests who have questions that need to be answered. So let's find out what caller number 1 has to say.
Hi Lachlan, it's Taylor Allison from Sports for Dummies. I'm calling because I'm curious if there's any examples of athletes that have become brain rot trends in your opinion.
Thank you for your question, Taylor, and for providing me with a platform to showcase my mediocre soccer skills. And yes, Dylan Merrick, it's called soccer. To answer your question, though, there are a lot of athletes who not only become sensations in their sport, but in the world of brain rot as well. The biggest example has to be my glorious king, LeBron James! My GOAT, Lakers in 5. When you're the greatest of all time, you can justifiably take over brain rot. Whether it's party songs, AI recreations of my Lapuki Bear's true power, or the La Sunshine meme, not even the disgusting world of brain rot can keep me away from LeBron's aura. Can the next caller go before my desk starts raising?
Hey, Brainrot Tutor, it's Mr. Storyteller calling. Great job buying back the show, but if you do not fire whoever was on the teleprompter last week, I will be suing. I'm gonna say this once again, I do not read everything off the teleprompter. Storyteller out.
Well, Mr. Storyteller, if my contacts at FMZ are correct, which they always are, let's face it, you'll be a defendant very soon. Next question.
Hey, OG Brainrot guy. I'm Kyle, and I'm from, the future, and I just want people to know that the low taper fade is still massive, and the meme forecast guy is totally right.
I knew it. They didn't believe me, but the low taper fade meme will never fade. I better grab some Saratoga water to celebrate.
Okay, let's just ignore Noah there. He's still in denial. But okay, look, Mr. From the Future, I don't know what you did to mess up our timeline, but if I ever find you and your smart aleck friend, you best believe I'm stealing that watch and going back in time to make sure the low taper fade meme never even exists. Final caller, and it's
Lachlan.
Siggy?
Good to see you got
my
the show
goodness,
back.
ladies and gentlemen.
I knew those drugs I prescribed you would do the trick. Since you're back in charge, I need a favor, my child. Fire Scott Herpes, now!
Siggy, my man, you're putting me in a pretty difficult position here. I don't know.
Lachlan? Lachlan, can you hear me? Lachlan? Hey. Yeah, I just want to hop in here on the Voice of God here, just to deliver a message to you, Saggy. That's right. Yeah, I know you're watching. You and whoever's hand is up, that's not important. I know you can't stand that we kill you in the ratings week after week. I just want to let you know, I got connections in the puppet industry, and man, do puppets love to talk, especially behind your back. So consider this your last warning, Saggy, or else you and your mattress foam mustache are cooked.
Okay, Scott, I'm going to take back control of my own show now, thanks. But to answer your question, Siggy, I'll see what I can do. Man. Ayub?
Since we're getting rid of
What
Scott-
are you No, honestly, I don't even want to hear it.
Hey. I've turned over a new leaf. I'm a better man. I just want you to accept my apology.
The audacity you have to come in here and try and get a job on my show after everything you did. Why don't you just leave?
Hear me out. I know I blindsided you. I know we did some bad things. I know we have our differences. But I've got a song I want to play for you, and I'm sure it'll change your mind.
Fine. Just make it quick, and it will not change my mind. I promise you.
Yes. Okay. I'm a you. I messed up. I had a great host, but then I fumbled. I sold out to corporate execs. I showed no respect, and I got humbled. Hey Lachlan, I made mistakes. Erica's dad had a side hustle. Our show was just a front to sell meth, but with his arrest, I beg your forgiveness. I know I slandered your great name, but I can explain. Please change when their shows are successful. But now I face unemployment. Brainrot Tutor's my one enjoyment. Please take me back, I'm so regretful. Hey Lachlan, I have 2 kids. They love soccer and illustration. Their names are Yusuf and Waleed. I have mouths to feed. Please show them mercy. Please, Lachlan, I think back to when our show had 500 viewers. I'm pleading, I'm writing you this song to prove I belong on Brainrot Tutor.
Think back to when? Wait, Ayub, you're right. We have to remember what this whole show was about in the first place. Look at us. We've lost our way. We've become so divided through the politics and inner workings of the network TV world that we've forgotten the very essence of the show, to help people understand the risks of brain rot and unite to fight back against it. Brain rot truly is something to be scared of. It holds a mirror up to ourselves. It is a reflection of what we as a generation seem to value and prioritize more and more. There is no better representation of our desires and preferences for instant gratification and dopamine hits, rather than the satisfaction, patience, and discipline that is learned along the journey we traverse when we strive for long ambitions and accomplishments. That's why we started this show. To remind people that there is much more to life than Instagram Reels and TikTok, to showcase just how unsocial social media has made us. We develop these habits of doom scrolling at an age where our whole lives are still ahead of us. But in the blink of an eye, the majority of that life you look forward to is behind you now. And as you reflect on your life and how it was lived, longing for every day, every minute, all the time that you can't get back, what will you remember and what will you regret? You'll remember the people, the friends you made when you least expected it. You'll remember the conversations that kept you in the present, the deep and engaging moments of dialogue you had with not even the slightest urge to check your phone. And finally, you'll remember the community that was built, united under the shared effort for all the passion, the satisfaction, and the creating of something together that you all look back on and can be proud of. That is how this show came to life, and that is how the show will come to an end. So yes, Ayub, I do forgive you. Wow. Thank you so much for watching our show this semester. We're all gonna go delete social media because this has been so exhausting. Goodbye.
Wow.
Skibidi, 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 fun facts. redes virtuales yo ando navegando. Caicenate en vivo, todos estamos mirando. Van un tax al oído, suena la diversión. En este
I didn't even see you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is your on-field reporter, Stephen Back, or as I like to call myself, Agent 6.6. And look who we have here today. None other than our former disgraced Nepo baby intern, Erica. I have one question for you. Are you ready to touch grass?
No.
Erica, this is your moment. This is your time. It's the last thing that Brainrot Tutor will do. You need to be remembered as someone who broke this cycle with Brainrot. Get out there and touch that grass.
Okay.
I know it's scary, but I believe you can do it.
Ready?
Do it, Erica. Sorry. She did it! She did it! Oh my god! I'm proud of you right now. This is truly the greatest moment in Brainrot history, and this will change your life. Anyways. I've been Agent 6.6. Signing off.
That was so good. What the fuck? Hey, you man, you killed that song, bro.
What did he do?